Love the fact that Greg Gard is on time. He sat down and he's ready to speak to the media now.
Including preseason All Big Ten selection Ethan Happ. Coach, welcome back. Go ahead with an opening statement, then open up for questions.
All right, thank you. I'm not sure on the numbers. This is year 3, and
duly noted.
I'll have to check out some other stats. Obviously, off to a really good start. We had 2 weeks in Australia and New Zealand in August, so our preseason got a kickstart and a head start, and then now in 12 days into practice, just building off of that, what we learned in Australia and New Zealand. Got a great group of young men that are working extremely hard, want to be good, very easy to coach. So just for us, knowing we have to replace a lot that graduated from last year's team, it's been a process of working through youthful experience and continue to grow and get better every day. So great culture, like I said, a terrific group to coach to this point. They really are eager to learn and get better, and we're excited as we go through the fall.
Thank you, Coach. Go ahead and open up for questions. All the way in the back left corner.
Myron Metcalf, ESPN. Greg, how will the 20-game conference schedule affect how you approach future non-conference schedules and how you schedule games?
Yeah, that's a good question, Myron. I think we're continuing to study it. I think we, obviously, the schedule we've always had and built from a non-conference standpoint has been extremely competitive. We're typically in an exempt event. We're playing typically in both challenges, both in the ACC Challenge and in the Gavitt Cup. We obviously have the continuous home and home with Marquette in our state. So we've got a pretty full plate normally. And now you add 2 more, conference games, obviously, Power 5 games, and you have to make a decision on what you're going to substitute out. And, the numbers obviously tell you that it's going to help RPI and help the league and those things. So I think it's to be determined yet how each school will go about that and how they will build their schedule. But from our standpoint, strength of schedule has never been an issue, and being tested and being ready for what comes. Obviously, the league now is going to come earlier than normal, including this year. So, I think it'll be some trial and error of how you go through it, but it's going to be great for the game. I know that it'll be maybe not put a little more stress on the coaches a little faster. But I think our players are excited about it. I know our fans will be excited about it. It'll really increase the quality and spread the quality out of the games you're going to be playing, obviously well into December.
Let's go left side, second row in the middle.
David Belanger with Philadelphia Sports Nation. Coach, can you talk about one of the games you have in your schedule this year when you guys are playing Temple?
Yeah, that was a home and home that was done a few years ago. We played Temple, I think, 2 or 3 years ago at our place, and then they had to move the return a few years down the road. So I'm excited to do that. I know our players will be to be able to come to Philadelphia, and obviously Fran does a great job of coaching, always has. So it'll be another one of, if you look at our schedule from mid-November all the way through the end of the first semester for us, by the time we flip the calendar to 2018, we're going to be extremely well tested, and we'll know where we're at or where we need to go. And obviously, the game with Temple will be one of those pieces of that challenge.
Front row on the aisle, right-hand side.
Adam Jardy, the Columbus Dispatch. I just wonder what sort of role you might have played in recruiting Demetric Trice, and what sort of season you might expect out of him this year.
Well, I've known his family for a long time because I recruited his older brother, maybe not long enough with Travis, but terrific family. Obviously, dad is a coach, has all the bloodlines to be a really good leader. And the one thing I always liked about Meach, I have an affection for guys that play football and the toughness and some of the other elements it brings, and really multi-sport athletes. I'm a fan of it. And Demetric being a high school quarterback, that leadership quality that comes with that, I thought was really important. So for us, we were able to advance the relationship pretty quickly because we knew the family, and I trusted all the things that were involved with the family and how he was brought up. And so I'm expecting him to take another step in the leadership role. I thought he did a really good job last year as a freshman of stepping in with, an upperclassman dominated team and figuring out his role. And his role this year has changed. He's in a leadership role. He's my point guard. He's doing a really good job of that, and he does a really good job of trying to communicate and understand. Part of being a leader is understanding what makes each teammate tick, and they're all different. You have to approach every teammate a little bit differently, and I think Dimitri's ability to communicate and develop relationships with his teammates is what's jumped out. He's improved himself as a player. He's stronger. He's quicker. He's improved his skill set. His shooting is better. So all those visible things are evident, but I think the areas where he'll take the biggest jump and have the biggest impact will be off the court and in the huddles and those type of things when the leadership quality that he possesses kind of really shines.
Let's go front row, left-hand side.
Hi, Greg. Dave Jones from PennLive.com. You lost a lot. Ethan's left. He is a really, really good scorer around the 10, can do all sorts of moves. Does it matter to you that he doesn't shoot jumpers? And do you want him to shoot jumpers? Do you want him to shoot more far away from the basket to help you out with, because he's going to have to help out in different ways?
Yeah, it's not the one of his greatest qualities is that he understands who he is, and he understands where his bread is buttered and what he's the best at. Has he worked on his perimeter game? Yes. Has he tried to improve that part? Yes. Is it essential for him to shoot from the perimeter for us to have success? No. We'll be able to surround him, and we'll surround him with a lot of very capable players, maybe not experienced players right off the bat, but guys that are going to give, we're going to be a little more multi-dimensional. We're going to have a little different look to us. I think he's improved his game physically. He's bigger. He's obviously quicker, stronger. But I wouldn't say it's essential for him to have to shoot the ball from the perimeter. He's got to continue to do what he does well, and that's the one thing I appreciate, or one of the things I appreciate about him, is that he's blocked out all the outside noise in terms of, well, why don't you shoot this, or why don't you, he's been compared to other bigs that we've had in our program over the years that shot a lot of threes, and his strength, he understands what his strength is, and that's around the rim and his quickness and size and how he's able to attack people and his footwork, those things. So his perimeter game has improved, but again, he understands what makes him really, really good, and that's playing with 2 feet in the paint.
Time for one more question. All right, seeing none. Thank you, Coach. Good luck this year.
Thank you.